Hey y'all! On this episode of Orange and Blue Country, we're gonna check back in with Broncos mini camps. We're gonna check out the schedule. Who's going to London, as well as we're gonna get into those Kansas City Chiefs Christmas Day. Let's go, Orange and Blue.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain.
Welcome to Orange and Blue Country, powered by RST.P Media. How y'all doing out there? Hope everybody's doing great. God bless everybody. Yeah. So first up, my thoughts on the Broncos minicaps and how the draft picks did this past weekend, as well as Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chief, Christmas Day, well as we're going off to London, mates. Wait, no, that's Australia. We're going off to London to meet up with the Jets in week 6. So one thing I want y'all to, it's unbelievable. The rookies minicamp was this past weekend for the Broncos, and words on the street is the rookies were out there, explosive and exciting. And to me, I'm excited for that. As a Broncos fan, 100% excited. I love the draft picks. Us stealing Jade Barron. Can't believe he fell that far to number 20. What I wasn't the biggest fan on drafting a punter. I think you could always get him off the streets. But I guess Sean Payton seen something in the punter. I'm excited for that. Also, I'm excited for RJ Harvey. I feel like I know people thought he got drafted higher than he was supposed to, but I think it was perfect for him. I think he's going to be one of the best backs in the NFL. I just like the overall feel of the draft. The Sean Payton and George Payton got their guys. You know who they thought would benefit our team. It's a young team. And we're gonna. Oh, I'm gonna say this. Sean Payton and George Payton in the last couple of years drafted young players well. We're one of the youngest teams in the NFL, and we're one of the exciting teams in the NFL. And I think it's going to show. Stacking draft classes on draft classes is just unbelievable. And I give him credit because it was kind of rocky in the beginning for George Payton, but I think him and Sean weigh each other out with that. But this is RJ Harvey is a Payton draft pick. His fingerprints are all over that. So that right there is 100% Sean Payton's draft class. So these are the draft picks I'm looking forward to. So this is the draft class. So we have Jade Barron, RJ Harvey, and Pat Bryant. And I know some people are iffy on Pat Bryant, but I'm excited for Pat Bryant. I feel like his measurables are unbelievable. And if he can just feed off of Cortland Sutton and Mims and even Franklin, I think he'll go right in. I think we need that. And I know a lot of people like Melee, but it just seems like Pat Bryant has more it to him. So and then we drafted Savion Jones, which it was a great pick. I like that pick, and I also like Q Robinson, and again the punter Jeremy Crishaw, which I like his name. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, I'm not a fan of drafting punters. We could get them off in free agency. That's just kind of what I believe, but that's not why I'm here. The Broncos minicamp was exciting, and I know a lot of people, especially in Denver, Colorado, are excited. I know they're still iffy on RJ Harvey, but I believe that this is something that later down the road we're going to be like, damn, Sean Payton stole that pick from whoever he stole it from. So super excited about that. So yeah, that's super 100%. But like I said, if RJ Harvey could go out there and show what he can do, I think behind this offensive line would be great. And these are just some of the things that I believe the Broncos are needed, especially a running back like RJ Harvey, which I think he's multifaceted. He can catch. He's powerful. Pat Bryant, I know everyone said he was a reach as well, but it's something that Sean sees. They said he has a little Michael Thomas in him, and if he does, that'd be awesome. That's something that'd be great if we draft him. But all in all, the Broncos, I believe, hit on their picks. They improve if they can improve this run game. That would be a next step for Bo Nix. Overall, drafted rookies looked great in minicamp. Looks ready to go, and I'm excited for it. And I think Sean Payton and George Payton are excited for this team. And one thing I want to do is give them credits for how they built this team. The draft picks, they like I said, they stacked draft picks, and they're hitting on the right draft picks. And overall, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited as Broncos fans for the next step in this process of. I think on the 27th, I believe, is when voluntary OTAs, and that's when the rookies come together with some of the vets. So that's something to look out for, and hope you're excited for it. Now, moving on to the next thing, and I want you guys to check out the Broncos and Chiefs, Christmas Day, December 25th, Thursday on prime time. This is a big game, probably some playoff implications into this. What makes it great is that it's a stage where the Broncos can beat Kansas City in Kansas City. We should have beat them last year in Kansas City, and we can snap that streak in Kansas City, losing in Kansas City. And I think what's better way is to do on prime time. It's on Amazon Prime. The whole schedule comes out tomorrow for the whole NFL, but they slowly release like they always do. So slowly release some of the schedules while the overseas and some of the prime time usually leaks out. But that's one of the major ones that leaked out. That is pretty big. And like I said, Broncos in prime time, Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, where it's going to be cold and wet, and we're going to beat them for the first time in Kansas City. And I think over I think since 2015 or something. These are the opponents for the 2025 season for the Denver Broncos, and home like always, KC, LA, Las Vegas. We got the Jags coming in, Tennessee, Dallas, New York, Bengals, and Green Bay. Oh man. Okay. So what I like to see, the big game, I want to see, oh, we got the Eagles as well away. Ooh, that's gonna be big. So what I would want to see, and I'm excited for, I would like the first game I would like to be home game, preferably New York Giants. Get Russell Wilson early. You know what I mean? Get Russell Wilson early, make him come back to Empower Field. I think everybody will be excited and fired up for that one. Bring Russell Wilson back because I think later down the season, I don't think he's gonna be the starter. So let's get him out early. Make him play here for the first time. You know what I mean? Since he left the Broncos. That one's big. Eagles, hopefully we can get the Eagles early than later. Just because I feel like they might be on a hangover and I don't want them to start rolling off late when it's crunch time. You know what I mean? Catch them early. And who I definitely want to catch early is the Bengals. Seems like they get off to slow, atrocious starts. And if you can catch Bengals early, that's some playoff implications too as well. So I believe those right there, 100% are mine. Big ones to get off early. Um, And the Kansas City always at Christmas, so I'm guessing Kansas City's gonna be either pretty early as well. Fact is, we're playing uh Christmas Day, so and then LA, who knows where LA? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Green Bay, hopefully early because it'll be freezing in Green Bay in December, November, late November, December. So you don't want that. You don't want those problems out there. So those are the schedule. The schedule don't come out. The whole NFL schedule don't come out until tomorrow. I'm super excited for that, and we'll just kind of see him and play with that and see what happens. And now, since the schedule already came out, we've already kind of spoke about it. And what's coming next is we are going to London. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to London. So yeah, week 6 we play the Jets in London at Wembley Stadium. Super excited for that. I mean, if y'all all know, it's always weird with the Jets, but we're gonna go see those boys, the Jets. Honestly, in my opinion, we're gonna go beat them up in London. Last time we went to London, it was good. We beat the Jags. That's the infamous Russell Wilson high knees plane incident that went viral. So let's just hope Bo Nix ain't doing high knees in the plane on the way to London. Uh, we've heard about this going to happen to us as Bronco fans, and we keep our ears to the streets of Broncos country. You know what I mean? So we were already kind of know it was either London or Germany, I believe. You know, Broncos in London, October 12th versus the Jets, which I believe that's a road game for us and a home game for the Jets. I believe. I'm pretty sure that's it. It seems like all the East Coast teams, if they go to London or whatever, that's a home game. But it doesn't matter. They're both away. It's just a neutral site. So, but yeah, news updates on your orange and blue country. Just again, minicamp. Kind of excited for the draft picks. We're going to get into it more. We're going to get into more of the Bo Nix disrespect on him not being a top 15 quarterback right now, and I think he is. Everyone's putting JD Daniels, but you forgot about Bo Nix. He had better numbers. Let's just be honest. All right, and we're in the AFC, and it's a lot harder in the AFC than the NFC. You dig me? Check out all my socials. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Orange and Blue Country. Thank you. Subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon'